This is a terrifying story that actually went down in Malaysia. It involves a guy, let's call him Benjamin, who now works as a petanque coach. But back in the day, when he was in the military, he had some truly horrific experiences during those mandatory nighttime jungle marches. Now, for folks serving in the Malaysian military, trekking through dense forests from one province to the next is just part of the job. Maybe they're on a specific mission, or maybe they just need to boost their stamina and combat spirit. Either way, they march. Military discipline is the same everywhere though, right? There's always that iron rule. You don't spill the beans, and you absolutely follow orders. Benjamin was one of those guys under that kind of iron discipline. On this particular day, he was ordered to march 100 kilometers through the jungle. During this intense trek, Benjamin and his squad were all carrying these things called engineer shovels. They used them for everything: chopping wood, digging dirt, you name it. But here's a weird detail. Whenever they used those shovels, they had to wash them sparkling clean afterward. The Malaysian military is super strict. They just wouldn't tolerate dirty equipment. They had to keep those shovels pristine the whole 100 kilometers until they reached the rendezvous point. This night's march was different though. Benjamin and his unit started at their barracks and headed straight up to Genting Highlands. Everything felt routine until they got close to the peak. That's when they got the weirdest order. They were told to leave the road and go down into a strange mountain cave near the base of Genting, a spot they had never been near before. Their task inside the cave was simple but bizarre. Dig a bunker and guard it. They were supposed to wait there until a separate, special unit showed up to take control. Benjamin figured, okay, digging holes is normal. We do this all the time. But as he dug, a truly awful, nasty stench started filling the air. It smelled rank, and it was hard to handle. He didn't know why they were digging, but his superiors had given the command, so he kept going. Digging deeper, Benjamin noticed a vertical crack running down the cave wall. He peered inside and saw a coffin, or maybe a casket. The really chilling thing? The coffin was marked with Islamic script. Benjamin immediately ran out and reported this to his captain. The captain didn't sound surprised at all. He just said, "That's it. The objective has been found. Guard it and don't touch that coffin." This whole situation was incredibly strange for the soldiers. Usually, their jobs were big deals, digging out mountains or clearing rivers. Now they were just digging a hole to wait around and guard a weird box until another unit arrived. That night, Benjamin's unit, all 20 of them, settled down. They were allowed to cook, but only using fire from those tiny mini gas canisters. No charcoal or regular firewood. They cooked up their noodles, ate them fast, and had to douse all the flames before midnight. After 12 hours a.m., there had to be complete silence and absolutely no light or sound. Things got even weirder for the guys close to the coffin. They were told they couldn't use their engineer shovels. For a new recruit like Benjamin, who hadn't even been issued a gun yet, that shovel was his lifeline. It was his main weapon. It dug, it chopped, and it kept jungle critters like snakes and scorpions away. Even daggers were forbidden in their corps, just in case a frustrated soldier decided to stab a comrade. So being without the shovel made Benjamin feel totally exposed. The captain tried to keep their spirits up. "You don't have to be scared. Keep your soldiers' morale up. It's just a box. We can't have fire, but at least your brothers are right here with you." But Benjamin was only 20 years old, scared stiff in the pitch-black jungle. It wasn't just ghosts he was worried about. It was the insects, too. The real nightmare began exactly at midnight. The captain had to leave the cave to meet another squad and hand over the post. In Benjamin's squad, there was this guy, an Indian fellow named Lucas. Lucas was obsessed with the smell of incense. As soon as the captain left, Lucas pulled an incense stick out of his pocket and lit it. Benjamin and the two other guys guarding the four corners of the coffin immediately told Lucas to stop. "Why are you lighting a fire when we were ordered not to?" they asked. Lucas pushed back. "I'm not lighting a fire, it's just smoke. There are mosquitoes everywhere. I'm lighting this stick to drive the bugs away. It's just smoke. It'll only hang around the four of us. Don't worry." Lucas lit the incense, but he was worried the captain might see the smoke. So he quickly flicked the burning stick right toward the crack by the coffin. The sweet, heavy scent of the incense spread instantly, covering up the disgusting stench coming from the box. Lucas looked around, satisfied. "See, smells way better. Why should we sit here smelling that stench while we wait for those other guys?" Benjamin actually thought Lucas had a point. What harm could a tiny bit of incense do? That's when they heard it. A shuffling sound started inside the crack. Then came a soft thud. Benjamin and the three men instantly snapped to attention. In the military, you can't drop your guard. They started whispering, discussing who should run out and report the noise to the captain. As they were deciding, the sound started up again. More rustling, like something was crawling inside the crack. They decided Benjamin should go alert the captain. Lucas and the two other men stayed behind to guard the coffin. When Benjamin rushed back to the bunker with the captain, what he saw was absolute carnage. Lucas and the two other comrades were dead. Their bodies were completely torn apart. The scene was soaked in blood. Benjamin described it like a bomb had gone off. Bodies scattered everywhere. Benjamin completely freaked out. He couldn't believe anything this horrific could happen. He looked at the captain, and the captain was looking back with the exact same look of total bewilderment. Benjamin swore, "I don't know what happened. They were alive when I went up the hill. I don't understand any of this." The captain, visibly shaken, asked, "Did you guys light a fire? Did you disobey orders?" Benjamin confessed. He told him that Lucas had lit the incense stick and tossed it near the crack by the coffin. The captain went white. His mouth was trembling, but he somehow held it together. He issued a final, low command. "Everybody, quietly, silently, retreat down the mountain. We are not guarding this place anymore." As they silently backed away and started their descent, Benjamin turned his head and looked back into the pitch black. He saw it clearly. Emerging from the crack near the coffin was a shadowy figure, a person, but utterly strange. This creature was bizarre because its two hands were enormous. It is way bigger than the rest of its body. And just as Benjamin feared, the monster that came out of the coffin started hunting down their squad. Panic set in. It was every man for himself. running for their lives. They couldn't fight it, no guns, and their precious engineer shovels had been taken away. What were they supposed to fight with? Benjamin ran flat out. Behind him, every time he heard a scream, he knew someone else had just died. When they finally made it off the mountain, out of the original 20 men, only 7 were left. Benjamin reported the situation, but he lied. He just said they were attacked by a wild animal. He was terrified the military wouldn't believe the truth about that thing. So, a unit armed with guns was sent back up the mountain. The next morning, Benjamin watched as they brought down tons of soldiers' bodies. They piled them onto trucks and hauled them away. Nobody knew where they went. Benjamin was so haunted by the terror that soon after, he resigned from the Malaysian military. He just couldn't serve anymore. There were too many secrets he didn't understand. To this day, he still doesn't know the answers. Why was that coffin in the crack? Why did it have an Islamic script? And what in the world was inside that box that could slaughter his team so brutally?